Two of my friends recently got into a relationship with each other, and I think they're trying to make me jealous. Is it all in my head? What do I do? Buckle up, folks. This is a long post, but I'm very much thankful in advance anyone who read it all and gave advice. So it all started over a year ago. I met this girl who we will call Rose. She was actually the prettiest girl I'd ever met. Now, I have never been in a relationship before. I'd never had an intimate moment in my life even. And before I met her, I never really cared. I swear to God, it was love at first sight. I'd had a lot of crushes in the past, but never bothered following up on any of them, or was too nervous. I could not let this one get away though. I knew she'd never notice me though. Through some miracle, we actually became friends. 2 months of torture went by as I tried to analyze her every move and every word to see if she liked me back. Everything she did, I tried to use as evidence for either her liking me back or her thinking of me only as a friend. I was wrapped around her little finger. I did everything she wanted when she wanted. I was totally under her spell. This went on for 2 months, and I never had the guts to tell her how I felt. I didn't need to in the end though. A horrific night out. For so many reasons. Let me know that she only thought of me as a friend. Of course, that's how it's always been. And then I met this guy, who we'll call Joe. I happened to be bisexual. He was extremely muscular and had a very nice face, as well as a very nice personality. I was into him the first time we met. Not on the same level as I had been into Rose, but still into him nonetheless. But here's the thing. He was a strict Christian, homophobic, and was avoiding all kinds of intimacy. So naturally, I never even tried to make a move. Many months later, word reached him that I was into him, and he was utterly repulsed. I know. This is a normal reaction to people finding out I'm into them. And now we reached 2 months ago. Rose, who had a boyfriend at the time, kept telling me about how much she suddenly fancied Joe. Even though the two of them are completely incompatible. Rose is an angry atheist. Rose smokes like a chimney and does drugs. Joe is a strict Christian against all drugs, hates smoke, and is not only saving himself till marriage, but avoiding relationships altogether. I knew it would never work. Folks, somehow they got together. Bearing in mind, I've still never had an intimate moment in my life, and this fact is starting to wear thin on me since I'm a college graduate, so I'm not exactly a teenager anymore. See, the thing is, I used to have a crush on both of them. They both know this. They both know that in Joe's case, aside from his personality, I was particularly attracted to his muscles. Whenever I've seen them in the last month, they have been constantly feeling each other up. Constantly making out. And the killer is that Rose keeps almost making a point to feel up Joe's muscles, right in front of me. Non-stop. Making out. I strongly hate all forms of PD, but this is just intolerable. Given that I used to fancy the both of them, and they both rejected me hardcore, and they both know the other rejected me. They also both know I strongly hate P-Day, yet they continue to do it constantly right in front of me. I let them know that their constant feeling up and kissing was bothering me. I asked them kindly to, at the very least, please not do it in my bedroom, on my bed. We had a social gathering in my bedroom. They sat on the bed, constantly feeling each other up. They couldn't keep their hands off each other for more than a second, and Rose was constantly gravitating towards Joe's muscles. It just really feels like they're trying to rub it in my face, especially given how Rose keeps feeling Joe's muscles. And of course, especially Rose, is very transparent about what she does with Joe. So I have to constantly hear that shit when I'm around them. Eventually, I let them know how I felt, and I got a big speech from Rose about how they don't even consider me when they're doing it, because I'm not at all important in their relationship, and that therefore I should butt out and not interfere, and that they will do what they want. Some friends, not even considering how I felt, just immediately blowing me off because they're that attached to each other. In the last week or two, I've not wanted to see them at all. I've not talked to either of them for almost a week. I just don't want to see them anymore. I feel as though they are out to make me jealous. Even my mother is advising me to steer clear of them. I don't know what to do. Do I cut them off? If I cut them off, I cut off at least 5 other friends. Thing is, I know that this is probably all in my head. The likelihood is they aren't trying to make me jealous, at least on a conscious level. They could be subconsciously doing it, but whatever it is to me, it feels very real. The feeling that they are trying to rub it in and make me jealous just feels far too real. Enough to make me want to not even talk to them anymore. If you read all of this, give yourself a pat on the back, and please tell me what is going on and what I should do. Am I just a sad, jealous sack who is mad that he got rejected by both of them and just seeing things that aren't there? Do you think they could be subconsciously or consciously trying to make me jealous for whatever reason? Should I keep trying to hang out with them even though hanging out with them is painful? Why do I feel so strongly that they're trying to make me jealous? Thank you for reading. Update. Thank you all for the advice you've given me in the last 24 hours. I will heed this advice and distance myself from them. Already have. Rose messaged me if I wanted to do anything last night and I did not answer. I am not going to outright cut them off. Earlier this year, a friend cut me off out of the blue, realized he made a mistake, and tried to become friends with me again, but I told him to piss off. Cutting people off spells a permanent and animosity, filled into a friendship, which I do not want. Instead, I am distancing myself from both of them. Maybe when they've calmed down a bit, I will be more responsive to them. But for now, I am just taking a few steps back to let them get on with their business.